Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is FPL Elmo, and today I'm going to be going through my Game Week 16 team selection together with some transfer thoughts as well as my Game Week 15 team review. But before we get into that, if you are new around here and enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe and also leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And without wasting any much time, let's get straight into it. So first, I'm going to go through my Game Week 15 team review. Managed to score 37 points, getting an green arrow from 530k to 500k. So I'm still aiming for the top 100k finish, and I hope that I'll be able to get that by the end of the FPL cycle. So we had Ariola in goal, did not play. He was injured. So I'm going to also go through the injuries so that you can take us to the next part of the transfers I'm thinking of doing. So Ariola was injured with a wrist injury, although it has said it's not a major injury, but goalkeepers do need their wrists to play well. That's something to transfer to consider as well. Then you had Gabriel, Gehi, Taylor, all scoring 1 point. Martinelli 7 points, getting a goal, which was really good. At least he managed to outscore Saka this week, so I'll take that. And you had Son, 2 points, also came off injured. Buemo 6 points, also came off injured. So a lot of injuries this game week. Then we had Salah, who only got 6 points. Very disappointing because Liverpool managed to score 2 goals. Salah was not involved in any of them. 6 points. He chanced 10 points and also picking up the 2 bonus points. So the midfield stole the show for me this game week. Then you had Watkins with 1 point, Haaland with 2 points, then Turner, Simikas, Cash on the bench, all with 0 points, and Archer there with 2 points, finishing off the team. It was a very good game week because of the green arrow, but not a good game week in terms of the points. So that for game week 16, you can be able to improve on that. Now let's go through the transfers with those injuries in mind. So the first transfer I'm thinking of doing is Buemo to Bowen. Well, Thomas Frank has just come out saying that Buemo could be out for a few weeks with an ankle injury. So I think it's only fair to move him on. But they had very good game weeks coming up. So against Sheffield United was a very good game week to have him in there. But it is what it is. We have to go another route. So the first I'm thinking of is Bowen managed to score against Spurs on Thursday night. They have Fulham and Wolves coming up. I think Fulham, although they scored 5, I think they're still very poor defensively. And Wolves, I think, also very poor defensively. The only problem comes after game 17 because they have United, Arsenal, and Brighton in those 3 coming fixtures. Although if they could maybe win against United and Brighton, you just never know what might happen. Those are very tough fixtures, and it's better to avoid them. But for now, I'm looking at Bowen maybe for game week 16 and 17. Then moving on for game week 18 to someone else. Maybe bring him back after game week 21 because I think their fixtures take a massive swing. That's the first transfer I'm thinking. Let's look at the other transfer I'm thinking about. So the other transfer I'm looking at is Matty Cash to Brentwaite from Everton. Matty Cash looks like he's lost his position to Konza, who plays on the right side nowadays. So I think Cash's time has come to an end at the team, and I think also to my team it's time to move him on, yes, and maybe go for someone cheaper in that position because he just doesn't play nowadays, and they have very tough fixtures coming up. Arsenal, Brentford, and United in their next 5 fixtures. These are some very difficult fixtures. And also, as I mentioned, he's lost his place in the team. There's no need to keep him in the team as well. He doesn't score goals, doesn't get assists, picks up yellow cards. So just time to move on. Thanks for the good moments, but it's time to go. So the person I'm looking at is Brentwaite from Everton. Although if you look at their fixtures, they have very tough fixtures. The reason I'm thinking about him is just for the price, 4.1 million, guaranteed starter for Everton. Everton on their days, they keep a clean sheet. They just kept a clean sheet against Newcastle on Thursday night, where nobody expected. They're playing Chelsea, Burnley. Maybe you expect a clean sheet in those 2 fixtures. Maybe not the Spurs in the City one. Then back to Wolves, maybe a clean sheet there. So you just never know, and that's why I'm looking at him. But mostly just because of the price of 4.1 million, which enables me to have some extra cash in the bank to be able to be used on a later date. So that's the transfer I'm thinking about. This is the option A transfers I'm thinking about. I also have an option B, which I'm going to show you, but not in great detail as this one. So let's look at that. So the option B transfers I'm thinking about is, instead of going to upgrade a defender, we can upgrade an attacker and have 3 attackers, and that is going from Buemo to Cole Palmer, which will give me around 2.1 million to spend, and then maybe then boost Archer up to Solanke, who have in the next 3 fixtures, they have very good fixtures in the next 3 after the United fixture. That is, they have very good fixtures. The next 4 fixtures apart from United, I think, are very good fixtures. That's why I'm thinking of Solanke for the long term instead of the short term, compared to Braithwaite, who is not going to be in the team a lot because of the fixtures. So those are the things I'm considering. So that is option A and option B. Let me know in the comments what you'd go for. Will you go for option A, and will you go for option B? So far I'm leaning towards option A, but option B is also a very good option to have Palmer and Solanke in the team. So now let's look at how the team is going to be lining up with option A in mind. So this is how the team is going to be lining up. We're going to be having Areola in goal against Fulham. Although Areola might be out, if we find out that Areola is going to be out, I'm going to be taking a -4, and we're bringing in a cheap goalkeeper. We have Kelleher from Liverpool. We have Dubravka from Newcastle, who are good options to have in there. So that's something I'm considering. But for now, we don't know the news, so I'm going to having Areola in goal. Then we have Braithwaite against Chelsea. Everton are at home, and we all know that Everton at home, they have this 12th man. The fans are always on their back to get them going, and so I'm sure they might keep a clean sheet, and I hope that they will, but we just never know. But I hope that they will. If they doesn't keep a clean sheet for attacking returns, then you have Gabriel against Aston Villa. Although they're away, Aston Villa are very good at home. We just saw the way they outplayed Man City at home, 13 games unbeaten at home. So it's going to be a tough fixture. All you can praise for a 0-0 as happy days, and we all move on with a clean sheet. But I just think Aston Villa are going to score. I don't think Gabriel is going to keep a clean sheet, but I think it's just good to have him in there, and maybe he'll get an attacking return. So I hope that he'll be able to get an attacking return. Then you have Tsimikas against Crystal Palace. Was rested in the midweek, so I'm sure that's going to be starting this Saturday, and I hope that he can be able to perform against Crystal Palace, who have been very poor of late, with a lot of injuries, especially losing their central defensive midfielder with an injury. I think that Liverpool can be able to take advantage of that and perform really well in that. That's the defense, solid defense, and let's move on to the midfield. Now, before we talk about the midfield, I usually post shorts on YouTube, TikToks on TikTok, and Reels on Instagram. So make sure you go check out my socials. The links are down in the description. I do a lot of stuff, especially on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure you go check me out. The links are down in the description. So I'm going to be having Martinelli against Aston Villa. It's going to be a tough fixture, of course. But so that Martinelli will be able to perform. Then you have Bowen against Fulham. As I've mentioned before, Fulham are very poor defensively. Bowen and West Ham just came out from a very good win against Spurs, so they'll be on form. They'll be very confident for that Fulham fixture, and that Bowen will be able to perform and score another goal. Then you have Chan against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest just conceded 5 goals to Fulham, and Fulham are very poor as well. Wolves have been playing really well, and I know that Chan can be able to perform and also score some goals in that fixture. Then you have Son, who might also be out injured. We just don't know what's going to happen. Waiting for the press conferences. I think which are going to happen or have already happened, and so just hoping for some good news about Son. Hope he's going to be able to start against Newcastle, which is a tough fixture, but I think with Spurs being at home, I think they might come out with a win in that fixture. Then you have Salah against Crystal Palace. Salah needs to start scoring goals. I know the assists are very good, but we need goals as well. And hope that against Crystal Palace, I can be able to score some goals. And yeah, so that's the midfield. Now let's look at what the forward has in store for us. Then now we can look at the forwards. We're having Watkins against Arsenal. I know he did not score against City, but he had a lot of chances. He was playing really well. And so I hope that against Arsenal, maybe he might be able to get an attacking return and score a goal. And then we have Haaland finishing off the team. Going to be the captain this week. No brainer against Luton. Although Luton play well at home, I just think that City are maybe going to be angered. We're going to want that win. The likes of Haaland will have to start scoring goals because they're losing touch with the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool at the moment. So I'm sure they're going to score. I'm sure that Haaland is going to perform in that fixture and Everton is going to be able to score. In the bench, we have Turner against Wolves. Maybe it will be better to transfer out Turner to another goalkeeper. So that's something else to consider and leave Ariola on the bench. Then we have Taylor against Brighton, Cash against Arsenal, and Archer against Brentford. So that's the team. That's the Game Week 16 team. Let me know in the comments what you think about the team, what you think about the transfers, and also let me know how your team is going to be looking like. And yeah, so that's the team. I hope all of you guys have enjoyed. And once again, apologies for the background noise. I stay in a very noisy area, so then a lot of cars passing by. But if you managed to reach this far, make sure you hit that sub button and also make sure to leave a like. And with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.